What's happening, y'all? It's your man's Ken Jackson coming to you with my daily commentary. So, looks like we're about to have a real problem. I mean, a real problem. Donald Trump uh, seems to be preparing us for war. There's something about Venezuela that he wants real bad. It has nothing to do with drugs, drug trafficking, or anything like that. It's more about regime change and oil. That's what it's about. Mostly oil. Why? Because Venezuela sits on top of the world's largest oil reserve. And yes, it's in our hemisphere. So the United States feels like it belongs to us. Or should I say, Donald Trump feels like it belongs to him. He's not doing it for country or patriotism or God or anything like that. He's doing it for himself, to enrich himself and his family, to steal many more billions, not only from us, but now from the people of Venezuela. And don't get me wrong, Maduro is not a good guy. He's not. He's a dictator. He's something Trump wants to be, actually. And he's a far better dictator than Trump would ever be. I know that sounds crazy, right? That one dictator might be better than another, but it's true. Donald Trump is a weak ass. He's an idiot. He's in way over his head. I don't think he ever truly wanted to be president. I think the first time he ran and got in was a fluke. And then the second time he ran, he tried to rig it, but he lost. And then the third time he ran, he rigged it and won. And now he's back again. And I told people before, I said if he ever got back in the office a second time, he wouldn't make the mistakes that he made the first time. He wouldn't surround himself with constitutional loving people. I said he would surround himself with a bunch of flunkies, a bunch of yes men and women that would do whatever the hell he told them to do. And guess what, y'all? That's what we got. We got a wannabe dictator with little hands and 34 felony convictions who happens to be a sexual predator and a 5-time draft dodger about to command our military into operations against one of our neighbors, basically, because he wants their oil. Let's not, try to sugarcoat it or make it anything else. Because again, it's not about drugs. The amount of drugs that come from Venezuela are negligible. If you were really going after drugs, Mr. Trump, you would be trying to do something with Mexico. You would do something here in the U.S. because most of the drugs come into the country via airplanes, commercial airlines, and cargo holds, as well as shipping containers by sea and across the Mexican border. That's where the bulk of the illicit drugs come from. That's how they get into this country. Probably even more come across the Canadian border. than from Venezuela. But you're about to send our military, you're about to send our young men and women to war in Venezuela over oil, disguised as going after the drug cartels. Sounds a little bit like George Bush when he went after weapons of mass destruction in Iraq that didn't exist. Donald Trump is hands down going to go down in history as the absolute worst president in the history of this country. He'll probably be the one to end America as we know it. Not probably, he has ended America as we knew it. Because we don't hold the same stature in the world that we used to. Prior to Donald Trump coming into office, the world actually did respect the United States. They actually looked to the United States for guidance, for protection, for aid and comfort. Not anymore. All that's dead. All of that is over. Donald Trump has destroyed America. And all of y'all that voted for him and continue to support this idiot made it possible in your co-conspirators, in the travesty, in the criminal organization now called the United States federal government. It's a damn shame, y'all. I'm embarrassed. I am embarrassed. I would not travel to another country right now and admit to being American. You couldn't pay me to do it. Because we're going to have targets on our heads as American citizens if we travel. Even more so than during the Afghanistan years when America was at war with all Muslims around the world. And in a sense, we still are, because that's still a narrative that MAGA tries to push. Look at New York. New York just elected their first ever Muslim mayor. Donald Trump calls him a communist. He's not a communist. He's a democratic socialist, which means to all you MAGA idiots out there that he is for the people controlling trade and commerce. He is for the people determining how money is spent and distributed. He wants to tax the billionaires in New York to bring in more revenue, to make it a little bit easier for the common people in New York who can't afford to live anymore. He's not a communist, Mr. Trump. Not at all. In fact, I challenge you to look up the meaning of communism. Look it up. I challenge all of you MAGA idiots to look up the meaning, the definition of communism. You might see Comrade Trump as a photo representation of communism. But in any case, this is what we're facing right now, y'all. United States versus Venezuela. To the Venezuelan military, I'm going to say this. line. Sorry about that. We lost. It's crazy. Probably a good time to push a conspiracy theory, huh? I had to turn on my hotspot. But let's get back to it. What was I saying? I was speaking to the Venezuelan military. Don't fall for the okey doke, y'all. Lay down your arms. Do not fight. I'm not telling you to be cowards or anything like that, but against the U.S. armed forces, you don't stand a chance. And I don't want to see a bunch of innocent people get killed over Donald Trump's bullshit. Okay? So I'm just saying, save yourselves the misery. Take one for the team right now. Just lay down your arms. Because if Donald Trump sends our forces in there, and you resist, it's going to be a massacre. Thankfully, though, the United States is not the type of military to indiscriminately, uh, you know, kill non-military targets. I mean, yes, there will be collateral damage, unfortunately, but okay, we're back online again. Here we go. I don't know what's going on with the internet connection today. This has actually never happened before. First, the connection here at the house went down, and then my hotspot went down, got interrupted. So who knows? Maybe it is a conspiracy. Maybe they're trying to block my message today. I doubt it though, because I'm so small time. Nobody's really paying attention. But I do want to get this message out. Donald Trump, the president who campaigned on no more wars, is about to take us to war. And it's not what it seems to be, all. It's not about drugs. It's about money and power. Donald Trump is trying to enrich himself and his family, and he's about to steal billions of dollars from the Venezuelan people. He's already stolen billions from the American people, so be prepared, world. I apologize to the rest of the world for this bullshit we got going on over here. I didn't vote for it, obviously, but we got what we got, and believe me when I tell you, we are trying to deal with it from the inside out. So just know that the American people are not behind this shit. But I believe it's going to take a military option to end this bullshit. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with the midterms, and then most definitely in 2028, if we make it that far. I'm starting to wonder. I'm starting to have my doubts. I'm starting to lose my optimism. Because Donald Trump is really leading us to damnation. And I'm kind of worried. I'm kind of worried a little bit. So, like I said, we're going to see what happens. Hang in there, everybody. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. But You know, sometimes we got to hurt before we can feel good. All right. That's all I got for today. Join me Sunday night for my regular broadcast at 9 p.m., the Ken Jackson Experience, right here at Crazy Baby TV World on YouTube. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It won't cost you a dime. And guess what, y'all? I ain't selling shit. I just talk shit. I'm out. Peace.